There we go. Finally, timers all bound by time. Anyway, yeah. Hello. This is the not yet titled launch day stream. Usually do streams on a Monday when they're not podcasts, and they would end up being the not yet titled Monday stream. But yeah, well, we're here. It's finally time. I've been waiting all day for this. Well, I've been waiting all day from the countdown that the game was getting unlocked, but I've been waiting months for this. So, yes, the game on the screen says Disney, it says Tron Identity. It's a Biffle Games joint, and we've had fun with Biffle Games in the past. Did have that fun moment where things happened of a clip of the playthrough of the Solitaire Conspiracy happen, which was still fun. Oh, look at this! Here we go. So yeah, I like the Tron franchise. For what I have played of it, I remember playing and passing the pad around for Tron 2.0. We definitely went and saw Tron Legacy when it came out. I really enjoyed that, and the soundtrack from Daft Punk was great, and based on what I saw earlier on in the day, there's another soundtrack that I'll probably be getting into, and eventually trying to chart in Spin Rhythm eventually. But here, we're going to play the visual novel that is Identity, and we're not going to beat around the bush. Let's just start it. Though I have put a tag in that does say, spoiler alert, if you're going to play it, go pick the game up itself. I'm playing the Steam version. It's currently on Switch and Steam. Oh, I feel like I'm uploading right now. Go, music, Dan Lessac. Which, to be fair, I did have a quick listen to a couple of the sound. Bits of the soundtrack during the last hour at work. And I know that there's a skip button there in the corner. I'm not skipping it. Not a chance. Now what I have done is I have intentionally kept myself away from sort of characters minus what the Steam page showed about being the main character called Query, because I want to go into this. Oh, thank you. Welcome to the Grid program. To progress the story, press the next button. You can read at your own pace or progress automatically by pressing the autoplay toggle. Cool. If you miss something, there is a chat log in the pause menu. Sorted. Text, speed and scale can be adjusted for your comfort in settings. Are you ready to begin, program? Oh, absolutely. Right. Well, he says that as he goes to the pause menu, and what he's going to do for the sake of the stream... There we go. Put the scale up a little bit. Initializing, okay. Okay, unmanaged data tree. Oh. Alright, achievement already. Disciple of Tron. Oh, damn. I'll have to go to the codex for that, don't I? Ah, here we go. So I know the repository. Oh, there's going to be lore everywhere. The art server is vast with hundreds of cycles of history and hundreds of thousands of citizens. Tonight you have a single function. To investigate an explosion within the core repository. Located in the Vertical Slice district, this is a supposedly public and safe location. Well, I'm guessing it isn't safe. In reality, you know that cause control is more insidious than most imagine. This is a political territory, and the air is heavy with demonstrations of power and influence. You are an interloper, an independent program entering a space over which you have no control. Okay, cool. I love my lack of control. Keeps me on my toes. Alright, so we picked up an unmanaged data tree. The long lifetime of the Ark server and its ever-increasing diversity and cultural branching has led to an unimaginable amount of data generation. After hundreds of cycles, an interesting outcome manifested: the data tree. Cool. Data trees grow from sustained complex computation. They are the inevitable outcome of a world with broad, exponential isomorphic output. Put simply, they are nourished and emerge from the complexity of the grid itself. The programs of the Ark server enjoy the beauty and elegance of data trees, even using them to decorate public spaces. This is an emergence in a form even Flynn could not have predicted. Well, yeah. Someone else that we got over here, so clearly we're being guided to the imposing building, and love this artwork. Oh, I'm gonna say that's the explosion. No particular reason. I mean, the fact that it is like red and on fire in an otherwise blue landscape, it leads me to that business. Right. Unlocked imposing building. The core is, for the most part, a pragmatic ruling elite. They allow the population a degree of comfort and freedom in exchange for protection and the rule of law. There is only one thing core fears: information. Knowledge of the users, innovation of new code and new practice, and even programs themselves are looked upon with caution by core, in its search for full societal harmony. Anything that poses a threat is placed in the repository, a secure place for storing secrets and ideas too dangerous to be out in public. The smoke cloud billowing from the repository tonight implies security may not be as strong as it once was, and at the very least, someone on the outside may have an explosive interest in its contents. Yeah? There we go. It's a cold night in the city. Nothing new here. I forgot to push the button. Ryan the idiot has been around for quite a bit today. Over the past 24 hours, actually, but you know. So yeah, it's a cold night in the city, nothing new there. You pull your coat tighter, feel the heat of its glow, a small comfort against the brittle rain. Across the park stands the repository, a grand building. It stands sentinel among all around surrounding it. This is architecture as power play, a statement made in light and stone. Yeah, I'd say. Is that it? I know. Okay. It's also where you'll be working tonight. You step forward, taking in the data trees that flank your path. Hey look, here's a thing. 6th generation light cycle. Since taking power, Core have continued to iterate on the design of the light cycle. The 6th generation light cycle is faster than its predecessor, removes the wrap-around design, providing a greater range of movement for the rider. Let's think of it this way. Between TRON, where they moved at 90-degree angles, and TRON Legacy, where they moved at curves, you know, these qualities have made it the standard light cycle for core peacekeepers and criminals alike. With growing gulfs between the cultures of the Ark server, different populations have begun to branch their own code and technology. Greater diversity of design will be the inevitable outcome. Leo. Okay. Suddenly, the screech of tyres against asphalt to your left. The rhythmic pulse of a light cycle at full speed. You turn, seeing cold blue light racing towards you. When you get a choice of staying put and diving out of the way, you throw yourself back, feeling the front of the light cycle clip your coat. Laughter now, interspersed with the engine roar. Thank the user, someone found that entertaining. I'll be honest, I find it entertaining. Better than a little bit of an adrenaline rush at the beginning of a game. 2 more cycles race past, pursuing the first. Their yellow light marks them as core peacekeepers, enforcers. You'll doubt it'll end well for the laughing racer. Oh well. Sorry, laughing racer. You stand up, brush yourself off. If things ever go off the rails, you'd be good at the games. Oh no, not the games. Good at dodging, anyway. Well, yeah, I got that down. You know what I may do here is I'm just going to move myself over this side. My options are on the right. At least they are at the moment. You push forward, more gingerly now. The park has fallen silent again. Good. Right, so obviously we're heading towards this fellow here. Will be an enforcer. Oh. At the entrance to the repository stands a slab of a security program. His armour is scuffed and scratched, as is his face. A cruel smirk is attempting to break through his clenched jaw. Bit of trouble with this. Ah, yeah, thanks. This is Grish. Okay. Oh, branching paths. There we go. The adjunct war, or the adjunct war? Yeah, it has to be. Adjunct? We'll go with that. War didn't so much change Grish as reveal his true function. He is a brusque, direct program whose only focus is the execution of his assigned task, protecting the repository and his fellow programs at any cost. If you stay on the right side of Grish, you can be a vital ally. Make an enemy of him, and your time in the repository may be less comfortable. Oh, okay. I feel this is going to be my sort of query right from here. I mean, what are my options here? Nothing I can't handle wakes you up, or I'll catch them later. I'll go with wakes you up. He laughs. Long time since I saw someone hit the dirt with that much force. I like the reflexes. The laughing stops and is replaced by a stern frown. Okay. That's a bit negative, isn't it? Can I help you? Well, feel free, if you want. No, we'll go with I hope so. Program squints, confused. Okay. What we're doing here, you flash your badge. 4 squares arranged in a T. It designates you a member of the Disciples of TRON, a detective. No boss, no assigned task, but uncovering truths. Professional observer. Okay. I like that, just go in. My name's Query. Your boss called me in. Just what it likes, very noir style. Something happened here. Something big enough to bring in outside help. I can't do the voices all the way through, though. Do what I can. I'll go through like these little bits of narration, though. The program is taken aback. He steps away from the door and motions you in. You could have sworn you saw the light in his eyes pulse with frustration. Well, this isn't going to be an easy night. Oh dear. That's sarcasm personified, isn't it? We're going to be good friends, I can tell. Just be honest and inquisitive, I suppose. Did I offend you? No answer. The program slams the door shut behind you, reactivating its glowing lock. No escape. Definitely not going to be an easy night. Okay, so I'm not helping myself. The lobby of the repository is beautiful. It demonstrates the same power as the exterior. Grish hustles you into the elegant space. While we're here, oh look, there's the main elevator. Let's learn about that. Main elevator. This deceptively simple access point to the rest of the building, although contingency stairwells exist for emergency access. The interlock system incorporates multiple tracks and cars, allowing access to all areas of the building in an instant. Security is ensured via login codes, with different programs allowed different degrees of navigation. Even in the smallest details, core establishes control and hierarchy. This elevator will be getting a lot of use tonight as you do your rounds. Well, good. I like elevators. You know that it is empty. Quiet. Well, guess we're inquisitive, aren't we? Well, we need to ask. So where has everyone gone? Okay, cool. We've got a skeleton crew. And the prisoner in the light... Prisoner? Don't worry about it. Well, why would you tell me about it, Grish? Grish looks tired. It must have already been a long night. He growls. Wasn't my... Okay. Were you? No. I could just picture that. It'd be a very short game at that point. Right, I'm here to investigate this building. No, it's alright, I've got it. Alright, peace, bye. That's it, everyone. Yeah, wrap it up. No. Investigating what? Oh, he looks happy with that. You've been told nothing. Nothing at all. Sounds like him. Him. You can tell Grish isn't used to dealing with inquiries like yours. He ushers you past the lobby's vacated front desk towards an elevator. Just a quick check of codexy stuff. Nope. Alright then, let's move on. Moved all non-essential stuff to a secure location. Okay. Rins. He runs this tower. You'd think they'd stolen from his own personal collection. Well. Asking the questions now. There's been a robbery? I would like to know what's been stolen. Heard the explosion, activate the lockdown, put things in order, of course. Took me long enough. I'd like to actually know how long it was since the call was put through for my detective self to arrive. It was one dodge. You know, I'd probably say getting derezzed is not my idea of a good night. You know, okay, well that's better. What does lockdown entail? Thanks, Grish. Yeah, I've cut the locks. Nobody in or out. Okay. You may accept me? Rins? Going to enjoy the night. Grish moves to the elevator. The keypad to its side awaits activation. He reaches his hand out to the panel. It hovers. A sharp intake of breath. What? Yeah. I don't want to anger him by just going, oh, have you forgot your code? I mean, you might need to go speak to IT. They'll sort things out for you, but, you know. Grish stands in front of the panel, looking at it, then back to you. He's confused. He catches himself, confusion turning into frustration. Since the explosion, I've been missing things? I'd prefer not to get punched in the face with that response. Memories, he could continue the conversation with. Manners, there quite be a few bits missing. Memories. Okay. There are holes. Here we go. You can defragment identity disks. Consent. Yes. I grant it. Oh, there we go. That was easy enough. Thanks. He hands you his disc, grudgingly. Defrag. Okay. Match? Okay. We've got a game. So, clear 8 cards. Match data cards to defrag a disc. Drag the circle card onto its matching neighbour. So if I drag that... Hold on. Try that again. Whoops, a daisy. Like that. Okay. As well as suit, you can match any number, or you can match by number, like the 3 card to its neighbour. Right. There are 2 legal move types, adjacent and 3 packets away. Oh, okay. Cards cannot cross the top of the disc. Right. No move is final. May undo a move at any time. Stuck. Let the AI make a move. A limited number of times per puzzle. Okay. So to complete a puzzle, reduce card count to your target. Pick your own moves from now on. Right. So we want to maybe move that there. As things become more complex, you'll need to make tactical choices. Well, if I move that there, and then I can move that there, I can move this there. Nope. Hold on. Let's bring this back for a minute. I move that there. No. Hold on, I'm being an idiot. Bring everything back to what it was. And then do that. No. Let me know, I am bad at puzzles. Let's bring everything back. Obviously we need to keep that there like that. So if we were to move this here. Right. Let me bring this back to where it was. Start again. Right from the off. Well, the first time chat from the Flame Hero, is there anything interesting about this game? Well, I would like to say that I find sort of the concept and world of TRON fun. We've literally only gone through a small amount of it, though. The idea is going to be one of those sort of choices matter. Games. If you like story, that's just basically how that goes. Rub it up. Hold on. There we go. There we go, figured it. Eventually. New memory, a significant number. Okay. Jesus, that is quite a memory. Alright. The administrator Prince smiled. I think that's everything. Do you have any questions? Grish shook his head, silent. He needed the job. It seemed simple enough. No need to put the new boss off with an unguarded question or comment. You're not the talkative type, I suppose. Good. Prince tapped a number into the elevator. Stopped himself. You'll need a code, I suppose. Are you a religious program, Grish? Grish grunted, non-committal. I don't ask for utter devotion, but I do expect respect. For myself, for core, and for the users. Let this be a daily reminder to you of their importance and seniority to us all. He gestured towards the keypad and keyed in 1982. 1982, the year Flynn first made contact with the programs according to the user calendar. A sacred time. Burn it into your memory. Grish did so. He would use this code every centicycle. Ah, yes. There we go. Grish. Now you can use your blooming elevator. Did you forget something as simple as that? You hand the disc back. Grish takes it, replaces it on his back. A slight pulse in his eyes signals the data refresh. Hey, good. Grish gives the slightest of nods. It's the closest you'll be getting to a thank you. Yeah, alright. Cheers, Grish. Appreciate it, pal. Taps the code into the elevator, unlocking it. Okay, so he's unlocked. Repeat access rights. You'll be able to travel to any location Prinz allows. Take that into account. No worries. Grish grunts. He's clearly frustrated to have shown this weakness to you. Now, you move towards the elevator, but Grish puts out a heavy hand, blocking your path. But, my god, man, you give us access to the elevator, and why are you stopping us now? I'm not going to let you do this without me. But come along for the ride. Grish laughs. I don't join you, you're programmed. No, you join me. And then we'll go with whatever you want to call it. He nods. You push forward. He's surprised. Well, come on then. Let's work together. You reach out a hand, he takes it, shakes it. The most sincere smile of the night plays across Grish's face. That's concerning. Okay. Prince's office upstairs will be waiting for you for us. Okay. What's he like? Might as well learn about the people that I'm going to be speaking to. A little too fixated on users, but fine. Why? Oh, took time for the elevator doors to open. Okay. It's time to visit the man who called you here. Yay. Friends may consider this an office, but it's more of a shrine. User memorabilia lines the walls. Oh, yeah, I can see a couple of vinyls over there. Grand window. It's a window. Outside, you see the vertical slice district laid out before you. This was the beginning of the city, the first foothold on the Ark server. Over 1,000 cycles, it has persevered and maintained the aesthetics of Flynn's master server. Tradition defines it. You can imagine why Prinz likes the view. The word takes you to all corners of this grid, but of all the districts, vertical slice makes you the most uncomfortable. This forced nature of it, of programs miming out traditions they've never experienced firsthand. Sometimes you're more sympathetic to automata than you'd like to admit. Prinz stands by the window, looking out over the city. He turns and smiles as you both enter. Right, Prinz, hold that thought. I found another thing. Bookshelves. Let's look. See, this is all world building. More world expansion. The grid. I already had a lot going on for it, but now you actually get to stop and look at a bit more of it. Prinz's collection is as broad as it is impenetrable. Books, recordings, sculptures, and children's toys. You're unsure of how many of these items are reconstructions, originals, or replicas, but given that their origin is the outside world, the distinction seems semantic. You may have an opportunity to investigate if Prinz leaves, but for now, you don't want to frustrate him by touching his treasures. For the time being, the contents are a mystery. Okay, well, let's speak to Prinz. Ah. So if I look at Grish. Yeah, so I requested Grish's help, so that was one path. Okay. Oh. We've been able to look at the Prinz thing. So the users may have left us long ago, but for programs like Prinz, their presence is a truth beyond criticism or question. He is a zealot, and that zealotry makes him fascinating as he is dangerous. Faith is an unpredictable directive, and one which you find unsettling. Watch this one closely. There's no telling which path he may walk down. Happened? I don't know if the net went, but we're still going. Looks like we're still live. You found a friend, Grish. Oh, thanks, Prinz. Grish snores. Well, look, I'm here. I'm in the room. Didn't you see me so happy to have the company? Prinz chuckles to himself. Hi. You come very highly recommended. Well, reputation is everything. Program after my own heart. Okay, he's noted my answer. Prince steps in front of his desk. He registers your confusion at the bright lights on its surface. A little showy. I mean, to be fair, it does look like a shrine. Enjoy a little fur. Yeah, you didn't hire me to talk about desks. You're already on the case. Well, maybe. Just like to be thorough. Where are you looking? Looks like you're looking past me. Prince smiles another smile. It is a smile calculated in its charm, the kind of self-conscious allusion to kindness that you've only ever seen in those with assured authority. Rish, still standing, tenses. He's seen that smile too many times. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, that's loaded. For whom do I fight? I fight for myself. Prince smirks, far less charming than before. Your selfishness annoyed, Prince. God damn. Careful, a day may come when you'll be measured against the ethics of those above us. Okay. Or below. Prince steps back to the window. Yeah. It's fair. Villanark's safe from Clue from his intolerance of our kind. Well. Clue wasn't great. We saw the potentials of the ISOs and our values. As me said, where is Cora these days? Well, travelling around with the other Flynn, right? Disciples of TRON, independent seekers of truth in the face of tyranny. Okay. A two-part of Flynn's design, do not forget it. He will return. See, like, how am I supposed to use my knowledge of the TRON films at this point in regards to answer this? Or do we just play along? We don't do that one. Too smart for that one. We owe him everything. There we go, that kept him going. Grish tenses. The boss and I have different views on the subject. Oh yeah, what's your view, Grish? Okay. Prince frowns at the thought of Grish, just like going, soldier, soldier, soldier. Loyalty without faith is a fickle thing. Not entirely convinced, Prince moves towards a bookcase. What's he found? Interesting news as it goes beyond blind faith. I imagine you noticed my collection. Yeah, it is impressive. You know, keep going. From what I was seeing, it was the vinyl that I was interested in. But we'll go with the colourful boxes. Prince moves to the shelf, removing a box. This is a form of user entertainment, a video, stored on an analog magnetic tape. Yeah, smiles as he looks at the tape. What tape has he got? This was apparently one of Flynn's favourites. I've not watched it, but the user on the cover looks heroic enough. Yeah, look down at Can We Watch One, and I'm getting a Hot Fuzz moment here. I don't know why I've decided to just make my own canon now. I've just Prince just walking up to Query and just going, Point Break or Bad Boys 2. Which one do you suggest? It's an identity disc. Prince shakes his head. Events are shown in abbreviated fashion in two-dimensional image. Okay, I've made Query to look pretty dumb at this point. According to our records, users love them. Prince places the box back on the shelf. We'll go with fascinating. Prince smiles. Indeed. Bryn's face stiffens. For the first time, he lets the stress of recent events show on his face. Wow. Do we know what's been stolen yet? It's impossible to tell if Grish is sympathetic or frustrated. With Grish, it's probably both. I mean, I'm learning. Well, I'd hope to say I'm learning about our characters a little bit more here. The repository has been broken into and our work is in great danger. Okay. Yes, we know about the explosion. I need to know who is responsible and what they stole from us. Well, very first question, what was in there? We don't know. That's a tough thing already. We serve at the pleasure of Core and they move items in and out as they please. He looks down. Wish I had a better answer, but for now I'm in the dark achieve. My buildings host a great many treasures, but presumably tonight someone stole the greatest jewel. Prince gestures broadly. Okay. I'd hope so. Start with the crime scene or the suspect we already caught. So that's the prisoner. Grish turns to you. Visiting dignitary. Okay. Polite new faces. It's coincidental explosion moments after their arrival. Right, can we see the prisoner? Take temporary accommodations in the library. Okay. I'd like to start with the vault. Maybe over non-interference. Okay, cool. Prince's smile broadens. Hey, I impressed him. Sweet. Okay. You'll do everything you can to help me. Well, it's supposed to be me helping you, pal. You leave the office and Grish follows. Oh, yes, for the users. Okay, so now we have a little bit of movement here. So we started off in the admin office. We can either go to the library or the lobby. Or we can go to where I said we were going to go to, and that's the vault. Containment custom built for storing the most sensitive materials in the repository. Okay then. Let us go. Woo-wee. That's been blown open. Someone sat there. A memory of great energy hangs in the air. The vault, what's left of it at least, is incredible. Hot red light permeates every corner, highlighting the blue cracks and damage of the explosion. The heat of that light is matched only by the cold of the wind blowing through from outside. In the place of the vault interior is the gaping wound of the blast. The light of the city outside is weightless. Slumped in the corner, you see the only other program present. A guard. An exhausted face looks up and back at you. Their clothes are more ornate than Grish's. This isn't one of his guards. A Core honor guard, maybe? Ah, good. Question mark. What happened? A good question. You turn to Grish. This'll be delicate. Okay. Whatever they were guarding's gone. They didn't tell much after the explosion. Okay. He stands back by the door as you approach. Huh? Start with trying to find a name, I suppose. Oh. It's only now that you realise, looking at the guard, how young they are. The hair and uniform are pretty messed up, but this guard isn't more than a kid. A kid left to guard something worth destroying this vault over. I guess we start by giving them the classic memory check through, I suppose. Do you know where you are? No, I don't. That's not good. Am I in trouble? No? No, well, not at the moment. This is going nowhere fast. The guard needs help. Likely this close to the blast, their entire memory is locked out. You kneel down in front of them, gesture towards the identity disc on their back. Ah, there we go. I'm now asking, query, a dot. If you'll let me, I can skim your disc, help you put some of the details together, maybe start to figure out what happened here. They understand. You reach over, take their disc. Time to make some connections. Right, time to defrag and time to actually... to unlock location, clear 2 cards of the same value consecutively. So. Game stuff. No. We want to 2 cards of the same value. So let's just think, is there anywhere... 1, 2, 3... We got anything at the moment that can go successfully? Probably not, which is why it's given us the move initially. There we go. If you're lucky, blockers may turn a gap of 2 cards into a gap of 3. Now that being said, have we now got... So no. If you like to skip a defrag puzzle, you can do so from the pause screen. Okay. So we've got the ability to not play the puzzle. But I feel at this point you've got to give it a shot. But for those who are looking for the narrative, they can just go straight on through. That's good. Right, so we will try and get 2 cards of the same value consecutively here. So there's no way we can get the 6 over there. 3 is about 8 miles away. Since we still got 1s and 4 on the screen at the moment, we want to sort of move on. 2s no longer exist. There's still plenty of 1s. 0s don't exist really either, so... So we move 6 over to 0, that moves that out. Oh, and the blockers change every 2 moves. Okay. We're all about just slowly figuring this out. 4s still exist, 1s still exist. 7s and 3s are still there. Right, 2s are out, so... And again, so's are 1s. Oh, you moved everything. God damn. 2. Okay, now I can't move it. So I'm just going to undo those moves at the moment. Nope, get off. 6 over. Right, okay. Can do that. That gives us the ability to move a 3. No. Hold on. Eh? Try that. No, that's not going to do it either. Oh wait, hold on. I've done it. According to this. No, I haven't. One. Wait, have I been doing this? I've been doing this wrong the entire time here. I would need to clear a 3, then clear a 3, right? Like that. Ah. Do that, and then the sorted either way. I figured it. By clearing it, removing them off the screen, not matching them. I'm a fool. I was overthinking it. New memory, distractions. Okay. The program sat in the branches of a tree, looking down to their friend. Cass, what are you doing? Cass was sitting at the tree's roots, fiddling with some fallen data shards, looking at them intently. Cass! Cass looked up from their twigs, locking eyes with their friend in the tree. A smile passed between them. And then Cass returned to their twigs, observing their digital nuance, pondering it. We found new error, the blockers, new location, vault. You replaced the disc on the guard's back. Cass. My name is Cass. Yeah, we unlocked Cass. When you met this program, you knew nothing of them. Some programs are mysterious by choice, others have mystery forced upon them by circumstance. There are truths to be uncovered here, and perhaps good reasons why those truths have been suppressed until now. Your new friend could be the key to tonight's events. Are they the victim, a participant, or something else? Okay. It's a start. You smile, and you help Cass to their feet. Steady there. They make a concerted effort to stay standing and manage it. Unsteady, but vertical. As we keep looking around the vault, not seeing anything else here. Okay, so Cass goes, thank you, terrible. Light and sound all around me, it was horrible. You look out the gaping void of the vault and the city lights beyond. Yeah, do you remember anything else, anything at all? Cass steps over to look out over the city with you. Like what? Just go straight in and just ask him, was there anyone else here? We'll do it. Yeah, was there anyone else here before the explosion? Cass considers. Alone? You think? Keeps slipping through my fingers. The explosion fried their memories. You'll need to come back, work through this with them. Your only witness barely remembers anything beyond their name. Okay, now asking anything about us. Ah, what's Dot? You chuckle. You've never been asked that before. Saying Dot tends to make programs less talkative, if anything. Ah, I'm a detective. I solve mysteries. Cass looks at you quizzically. You're here to solve the mystery of me? I mean, we're here to solve the mystery of the explosion, but... I hope so. That seems to satisfy them. Queries function. Yeah. You walk back towards the door. Grish is waiting for you. Indeed. The kid is tough. Ruthlessly efficient, best on the grid. You note Grish's respect, not something you've seen much of tonight. You hope it's well placed. Okay, so... Yeah, so if we spoke to Cass, and all we've managed to be able to get so far is that they're called Cass. I guess we need to speak to the prisoner in the library now. And there'll be a bit of bouncing to and fro as we try to solve what's going on. Right, in that case, to the library. Well, that is certainly a containment field. Oh, what we got over here? Data tree, the founders. Go on. Do this. 8 programs sat around the table. The shortest leaned forward. We must improve the energy flow. We are vulnerable to any potential outage. We must build more processing facilities, stockpiles. Stifled laughter from a couple of the other programs. We have more than we could ever use, brother. Your concern is misplaced. The shortest shook his head. If we do not prepare, we risk everything. Flynn will return. You don't know that. The tallest program stands and gestures with arms out, palms down. Enough. Make your preparations, brother, but do so humbly. We cannot give you all the resources you requested. Do what you can with that which we can afford. It won't be enough. It must be. Yeah, this is a yeah, definitely a just came up on the Steam page as well. But this is a grid that effectively since the events of Legacy, well, certainly since the events of TRON, just trying to get by. Anyway, let's have a look at the library here. The library is vast. Undulating, distant platforms hang from the walls. The air is wet, the cold white glow of the space dreamlike. But it is the trees that make the grandest impression. Tall and old and impossibly complex, they curl and swirl and the energy falls before you. You've never seen anything like them before. Not at this scale. Grish leans conspiratorially towards you. There we go. Oh, no, books. Grish, you can wait a second, pal. In fact, you might be waiting a couple of minutes after I'm done here. Given the complex beauty of the trees in the library, these books look charmingly anachronistic. The shelves hold Flynn's Gift, a compendium of all digitized user texts available at the point of the founder's arrival on the Ark server. Access is strictly limited to core scholars, and even then, only to pre-approved books and chapters. As a result, the average programmer has almost no knowledge of user history beyond that preached by core or Automator's competing beliefs. It is a humbling and strange experience to be this close to so many answers to the deepest questions in your code. You tell yourself to remain focused on the job at hand. Yes, query. You have one function. Your function is to detect. Right. Sorry, Grish, what do you want? This isn't the place I'm comfortable, program. Why not? Okay, remember you're here so you can question the suspect. I know. You go to correct him, but before you can, you're interrupted. Ah, Ada. Yours and Ada's work is similar. You both construct facts, while the DOT trained you to seek and reconstruct truth. Ada's function is more creative. Ada builds narratives and stories, histories of the grid, and premonitions of where it might go next. Her work is inspiring and terrifying. The power in this room is infinite. You hope she takes her role seriously. Oh, yeah, I'm a friend. I'm Grish's friend. He doesn't like to say it, but he's my friend. A program stands next to you, glowing white like the room around her. You enjoy my garden? So, I've never seen anything like this before, which is true, because we just walked in there and not done it. An intriguing detail, and I don't understand. This is a library. Come on, man. You saw the wall of books. Right. The way this is going to work, because I'm getting close to having a break time, so I'm going to take a little break. I will mull over that answer over the next 3 minutes, and then we'll continue going for another hour. I like this story. I like it a lot so far. Want to see where it goes next, so we'll be back. Right, Ada. I have had a bit of time to think, and you've had a bit of time to watch me think. And I'd say I've never seen anything like this before. Is sort of correct to what I was saying. Her eyes dart across the space. Well, there we go, few have. The place is very special, she says. She kneels down, checking the leaves of a tiny plant at her feet. She turns each over in her fingertips, inspecting them in turn. Content, she stands up, smiling again. Grish smirks. I made it. Welcome to my garden. It's a beautiful garden. A different smile. Something approaching pride. You have the sense she'd never admit it as much, though. Thank you, Query. The greatest library on the grid. Oh, that's boastful. Centerpiece of the repository, the very purpose of its existence. 2,000 cycles, eh? From the founders to this moment, all of it pristine. Well, I don't know. There is a prisoner in the middle of the room. I'm sure that's not the most pristine that that's supposed to be. Ada walks over to a tree, grand and towering. She reaches out her hand, brushes a leaf, letting its energy fizzle at her touch. a crackle of utter sonic complexity. I've seen trees before, I imagine. Yes? You know what they are? Now, are we talking data trees or normal trees? Because data trees is a grid thing, right? The decoration. That's not the whole story. Okay. Trees are data. I knew I should have went with the data tree option. Yes, we do work with identity disks. There's a similarity between these forms and that of data you see in your travels never struck you as interesting. She pulls her hand away from the leaf. Check for some stuff. Nope. Your order, the DOT. You do not interfere. You seek truth, but seek to have no impact in the world you investigate. So you literally just walk through parts of the grid and just tell people that's what happened, and then just you believe her. Okay. You seek truth. Yeah, the acts you can my garden acquire the most. You believe her. It is as intended. I have questions. Okay. Yeah, the prisoner. Remember why we're here. At multiple points in your investigation, you'll have the opportunity to dig deeper via investigation choices marked with a magnifying glass. Take your time to ask as many as you like, and then move on. Cool. Yeah, so if trees occur naturally, why have a garden? She nods, respecting the question. It is one she's been asked before. Okay, so the date of the trees in the wild is which? Yep. You can cultivate data. Cultivate, right? You speak words. Cultivate. Find it, prune it, confine the truth, and preserve it for future generations. Sounds like an enormous task. Ada exhales, almost a chuckle. Yes, time over to the few interruptions. Ah, you believe her. So I was expecting shelves and books. Well, we did see a shelf full of books. A laugh. So printed shelves of user entertainments. I don't blame you. Users and their arcane and oblique practices. Wow. You know what, that just makes the users just look primitive in comparison. Which is probably fair. They had to cut down their trees and transform them into books. Our method is lossless. Ouch. Tell me how you really feel, Ada. How long does it take to learn to read this data? How long did it take you to learn to read the data of an identity disk? I'm not that boastful. It takes many cycles to study, but you don't learn much before you find yourself in the field. Precisely. So experience helps. Ah. Oh well, and then straight off, any memory loss? She looks confused. Seems to be something going around. Our saplings, recent and obscure, seem to have been shattered by the force of the explosion. Oh. I'm sorry. A heavy pause. Ada holds back tears, but you note the subtle effort. That's true. Blinn be thanked. Okay, let's move on then. Librarian motions towards the centre of the library. A platform juts out in the humid air. This platform that we can look at. The viewing platform. It would be an overstatement to call the library a public space, but it is certainly one that is often visited. On a normal cycle, this platform would offer beautiful views to visiting dignitaries and guests, the inbuilt shield keeping them safe from the great height of the room. It serves a different purpose tonight, acting as a temporary prison cell for the imprisoned Automata ambassador, Sierra. The shield appears to be successfully holding back the disgruntled program, for now. If it was up to you, you'd be encountering Sierra in a more neutral context. Grish had other ideas. Okay, let's go to the observation deck. Oh, because we accepted Grish's help, both of you. As you walk, she explains. Okay, under normal circumstances, this is a space of tranquility. Still looks pretty damn tranquil to me at the moment, Ada. The observation deck provides a place to meditate. Okay. Action without action. Student of Flynn? I read? Indeed. Continue walking. A bright energy field surrounds the end of the platform. Ada notes your reaction. Oh, yes. Been fortunate to fall from the perch. Grish smiles. And a perfect present under irregular circumstances, yeah. You are now close enough to see that the energy field has an occupant, an exceptionally tall figure, sitting, cross-legged, in its centre. I'll leave you alone with him. Okay, encourage you to be respectful. Fine. Grish, calm down, mate. Ada winces. My guest, Grish. Grish gestures her away. The man in the energy field looks up as you approach. Sad eyes peer out from a strangely pale face, faceted and lit by two bright eyes. It is a timeless face, and one you instinctively know has seen a great deal. Pink for Sierra. Greetings, programs. Right, is it automata or automata? I've been saying automata all the way through, then we'll go with that. Do not allow your kind within their territory, so your knowledge of the sprawl is limited. You don't begrudge them their privacy, but the alien nature of their society makes reading Sierra challenging. Locked up by Grish upon the discovery of crime, Sierra is understandably frustrated. But is this frustration in the face of a false accusation, or at being caught? Grish sneers. How are you holding up? Well, can be expected. I prefer to be elsewhere, of course. Well, fortunately, you were around at the scene of the crime, I suppose? I am Sierra, ambassador for the Automata. Where are we? At the DOT. The DOT. Anything else around here? No? Okay. Been told you are a criminal, but I will form my own opinion. Okay. You nod, respectfully. Grish grimaces, unimpressed. Sierra smiles. You find yourself fascinated by the structure and patterning of his face, the way it contorts in a flawed attempt to mimic a very user expression. You try not to stare. He notices. You didn't try hard enough, query. Am I your first automatic query? Yes. He looks at you quizzically. Were you strange to expose to the new? Okay. In truth, I'm proud of the difference. We choose not to look like the users of myth, but walk our own path. Ascendant. It's only a pale approximation of my true form, however, among your kind I do what I can to approach the aesthetics of a user. His smile broadens. Yeah, your crimes. Oh, Grish steps forward. Okay, what did Sierra do? Grish tightens. Yeah, do you even know what you're accusing me of? Grish tightens, his frustration growing. Directness seems to be the best path. Okay, did you cause the explosion? Sierra smirks sarcastically. Of course I did. I did a little arson and immediately made myself available to your friend and his charming team. Grish's fists tighten. A flash of light plays across his eyes. Oh, Jesus. You know, he's... Right. It described him as being tall, but... And these are the average user height, the average program heights. Here's Sierra. And that's not all entirely forced perspective. He is a giant. Almost twice your height, he looms over you. There is great strength there, but also a gentleness to his posture, his movements. You charm Sierra, okay. I'm not your enemy and I don't believe you're mine either. I'll happily answer your questions if you return to me. Okay, he points at Grish. That one. That one cannot join us again. His mind is locked on target. He will not find a real culprit for you. Sierra turns his back to you. Your conversation over for the time being. Prince needs to hear what happened here. So far, since we've left Prince, we've recovered a guard's memories, and we've basically told Sierra's basically told us, I'll speak more without Grish. Right, back to the admin office. The office is still as grand and as impressive as it was the last time you were here. See a keypad over there. You and Grish approach. A silent nod indicates that your colleague wants you to take the lead again. Prince stands at the window as you approach. He turns. A smile of recognition. Welcome back, Program. Alright, how are things? A shrug. Where things have continued to slide in your absence, I find myself increasingly forgetful. Some kind of lasting symptom of the explosion? I'd say that seems to be the case. I find it profoundly unsettling to be myself, but to also have parts missing. My user given... I knew that would come back to haunt me. Forgot myself for a moment. You don't believe in users, only your own selfish whims, correct? Prince looks out the window. Bloody get, I knew that was... Of course that was going to bite me in the arse. I'm jealous of the programs out there who continue their ebb and flow untouched by what's happened here. Okay, how many programs function entirely in the dark? No. Teach them. The smirk. How would I do that? I'm meant to see your library? Chaos. It would be impenetrable. Data must be managed and controlled. Prince wobbles slightly, imperceptibly. Grish notices. Yeah, what's going on with him? He straightens. Just a little off balance from tonight's events. I find it hard to focus in on the detective's points and questions. That's so much from earlier. Can you help? I can. Help me put things back together a little. Prince takes the disc from his back, hands it to Grish, who hands it to you. Okay. So, to unlock the location, we need to clear 5 cards of the same suit consecutively. Alright, let me think of where we are. What are these? Well, him's telling us straight off to... You cannot do anything with locked cards until your next move. Okay. Right, so now that we've gone through the tutorial bits. So that's 1, 2. It's the same suit, so as long as the number is fine. I mean, there are so many reds. I could probably just look at trying to keep them going till near the end. Provided the blockers don't get in the way, that is. Of course. Oh, get off. 1. 2. Get off. 3. Oops, get off. 4. 5. Now, of course, still may bugger this up. Oh, it's got money. Targets to have 3 cards left. I mess this one up. Could move a 1. I'm an idiot. And then there we go. Heist. Yes, a new errors, locks. Got a new memory, a new rubric. The orange light of the administrator fizzled, blinking occasionally, common for programs of his advanced age. His voice croaked as he asked his last question. Do you understand? He fiddled with the light rings on his fingers as Prince considered everything he'd been told. He'd studied under his mentor for 100 cycles, learning everything that could be learned about the repository and its many functions, in every sense that mattered. He did indeed understand. He also understood that the administrator hated him. Ego and pride would never allow him to accept Prince as his successor. He was old and fat and utterly useless, taking up space. Space that Prince had earned many times over. It was in that moment that Prince decided to de-res his mentor at the earliest opportunity. He knew his function. You hand the disc back to Grish, who replaces it on Prince's back. Prince stretches, rolling his neck, and smiles to himself. Oh, wow. That's better. Okay, he turns to face you. So, what's your conclusion in this case? It's too early. I respect your discretion in the matter. How long does this usually take? As long as it takes. Your tone program. Prince tightens. Time is short and it is important your work here is swift. Okay. Got some sort of any questions that you have of me or Grish here before you resume your investigation? Ask as many as you like. Sure. Let's start. How will Sierra's fellow programs react to his imprisonment? And then, I don't even drink it. In fact, put it away. So far away from where I need it. Let's go for some Grish-coloured drink. There we go, much better. I don't have any query flavoured drink or Prince flavoured drink around. Maybe another time. So yeah, how will Sierra's fellow programs react to his imprisonment? Prince laughs. Nice, just not well. Got it. As you no doubt gathered from your conversation with him, his kind, the automata, stand directly opposed to the sanctity of our civilization. So why do you have an ambassador here then? That's the existence of the users, but can provide no evidence of their absence. It's infuriating. Prince shrinks back a little from his tirade. Okay, so this is actually the one thing that Prince and Grish agree on. I feel like to start a fight. You're uncertain of his sincerity. How long before the explosion did Cass arrive with the item for storage? Barely enough time for us to register the arrival on our systems, which is why they don't know what exploded, or what was stolen, I guess. It's not good. Points to someone with information about our procedures. Plus the involvement of someone with information about the procedures of core. Prince winces. Winces? Prince winces. There you go. Whoever knows more about the comings and goings of our vault than I do. Well, that's not great. You're the administrator of the repository. So why hide all this information? Pruning, refining information. Yes, she did. Prince smiles. Don't hide anything. We maintain society for your careful control of data. Disseminating information as required, I suppose. It can kill. That doesn't sit well with you. Yeah, that doesn't. Alright. Prince's head tilts slightly to the side and he raises 2 fingers to his ear. An incoming message. Get down, Mr. President! No, not the time. Yes, where? I see. He looks back to you, a determined flash to his eyes. Here we have an issue. Where? Prince appears shaken. My exterior guards tell me that a known criminal has just landed on the building. Her name is Proxy. Have you encountered her before? Name rings a bell. Some of the worst imaginable. Grish tenses. She's a thief, a pirate, no respect for all the work done here. Prince goes to his shelves and begins to pack a few items into a small bag. Will they be involved in the theft tonight? I'm in a secure location. Grish are coming with me. Query for my security, I'm afraid I can't tell you where I'm going. Okay. He finishes filling the bag up and seals it. I know your order doesn't engage in ongoing events that you are forbidden from interfering, but I need to reconsider that oath in service of myself, our work, and core. So go up there and meet this interloper, find out why we'll find out why she's here. I will ask questions. Prince chose to trust you. Yeesh. And he picks up the bag and heads for the elevator. Grish follows behind, disc in hand. She's on the landing pad. Alright. Digital frontier unlocked. So now, yeah. So Grish and Prince are now no longer with me. There's the landing pad. So I initially thought at the beginning, is that like some sort of helipad, and I decided against it because this one was shut. But that just says to me that they just have 2 landing pads depending on how busy the repository is going to be. Huh? Anyway, landing pad. The only access and access points of the buildings is Grish locked you in. Got it. Let's go meet this Proxy, I suppose. Have we got anything here before I read that? Yes, we do. Secure data crate. Incoming data can be secured or transferred to crates like this for transport to the library or a vault. Convenience, core, will often store data trees and records in crates elsewhere than transport them via recognizer, carrier ship, or light rail. You found a lot of clues in the past by skimming these crates. Programs can be careless with the amount of data they leave lying around. In this case, it's unlikely that you'll find anything of value. Whatever happened here happened recently. The information that you need is held by the witnesses and programs around you. Okay. And as we carry on, the landing pad juts out the side of the repository like a grid bug clinging unsteadily to a mountain. You're starting to relate to grid bugs. You're no negotiator. You've never interacted with an active crime directly. The disciples of TRON investigate. They do not instigate. A yell tears through the rain, breaks your process. Greetings, program. Oh, she came in a green light rail. Huh. Oh, I missed the introduction to Proxy here. The last character that we have in this business, though. Independence without function is alien to you. You cannot process the idea of a program that seeks only that which they need, without fulfilling a higher purpose. Proxy is such a program, driven by survival and ambition, an unpredictable and chaotic element in the system. Proxy is a thief, and well known to the DOT. How you deal with her presence will have a massive impact on events. Choose wisely and quickly. Okay. She stands in the centre of the platform. Behind her, a stolen recognizer. It's a recognizer. Takes off, soaring back into whichever corner of the city it's usually hidden. She walks towards you. Her swagger implies casual charm, but you can sense a readiness to strike. Danger may not be present, but if it is certainly pre-cached. It said, "Greetings, program." A playful anger crosses her eyes. Do you have a name? Let's go straight in, I'm Query. She laughs at you. You're more of a riddle wrapped in an enigma. No, it's... I know, you're DOT, right? Sworn to find the truth outside the wheels of power, etc, etc. Still a charmingly fitting name. We have been told, you know, why don't you give me your side of it? I'm a scoundrel, a ne'er-do-well, a good for nothing. Well, nothing except liberating the property of bigger scoundrels. Well, she's like, she considers herself the Robin Hood of this scenario. Almost feel we need a volume. She does a little sarcastic bow. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Probably not, good friends. She's toying with you, testing your boundaries. Yes, 3 questions, we get to negotiate. What happens next? I have one pressing question, if I may. Go for it. Those are a question and an observation. The question is, why is this landing pad not secured? No guards, nothing preventing my landing and loading. Code Whisper's trap. I mean, you should have. Sacred ground. The word sacred was stressed, ringed for every available drop of sarcasm. No offense, but you're not as scary as the welcome I anticipate. Something happening? The usual program's occupied? There's an explosion. She nods, play acting, taking new information on board, pondering, considering the nuances of this new revelation. All in order to mock you for not realising she was already aware, no doubt. An explosion tore apart your vault. It's not my vault. Let me see that happened to the legendary for security. I think maybe there's an opportunity. And then when I arrive, I'm certain that there's an opportunity. She gestures at you. Well, they had to send up to me, no doubt tightening security around the zealot prince. How's Grish, by the way? Doesn't seem very happy at my presence. No, he's not one to enjoy interference. In the war. Wildly different lessons. Love it. First sign of weakness, a little sadness, crosses her face. It's gone in an instant, partitioned away under layers of bravado. Okay, and the opportunity to take something of my own while you're busy chasing around the other thief. Why tell me? Want to have an audience? Oh god. She smiles but knows that that's not a good enough answer. Idiota, you investigate, you don't prevent. I'll be long gone before your case officially opens against me. Never find me. What, you stood right there. She's working very hard to appear confident. It's almost working. Confident, but out of boasts. Oh, we've got our first ellipsis. Ask your questions. Okay, tell me about the war. She looks down. To tell, bad time, a time I'd rather forget. The users didn't grant us. Yeah. Outside of errors and glitches or explosions causing your memories to disappear and requiring your identities to be defragged. And to have the power to curate your memories like a user? She shakes her head. Oh, okay. Well, maybe on this base that you're gonna tell me what you're gonna steal because, like you said, the case is gonna go. Data. Secrets being kept in this building, one in particular has infinite value. I need it. She smiles, empowered even by the idea of it. You here to steal a tree? Oh yeah, visit the garden. When Flynn created this grid, he left behind code which would empower programming in ways we cannot imagine, giving them abilities beyond anything any program has ever possessed. Okay. Where? So, you've come to steal something you don't know, that you know exists, but you don't know where it exists. And are you going to hurt programs tonight? Only those I need to, those who get my well, oh god. Matter of fact, to the point. No bravado. Was de-resin easy for you? She gestures as if throwing her disc. Oh god, it's all in the wrists. Not good. Do I have to survive? Okay. She holds your eyes. No budge. Alright, let's move on. The tone has shifted. The bravado of earlier has slipped away. She's finished playing. I'll walk past you now. I'll walk past you into repository. Once there, I'll do what I have to do to find what I can put. Oh god. She reaches to her back, draws her disc. It sparks. Oh, I love the framing, by the way. It sparks and shivers with energy. You have no doubt she knows how to use it. I'll do that. Right, think about who you're defending. You do, she may be right. Prince and his staff have hardly demonstrated perfection so far. And then it happens. She moves fast, closing the gap between you and holding the disc to your neck. You feel the sizzle of it brush against you. You instinctively draw your own disc, just like you were taught. You hold it millimeters from her neck. A few particles of her hair turn to light and drift off the platform, sliced by your weapon. Oh, fast. She jumps back, adopting a throwing stance. You mirror her. I don't want to fight. Unless you lower your disc, there will be one. It will be brief. She stands ready. A stalemate. This moment matters. A choice. Either way. Oh dear. We just, we're not supposed to interfere, are we? But, I mean, she's aimed her disc at us. I mean, if we let her in, she's going to be finding more stuff, right? And if I throw it at her, there's a chance that I just de-res someone outside of this investigation straight off. You open your right hand, dropping the disc to the floor beneath you. It clanks, metal against metal. Not your enemy, Proxy. My job is to investigate, not fight you. She smiles, replacing her disc on her back. Okay, she's glad genuinely, okay. She walks over, picks up your disc and hands it back to you, before brushing past to the elevator. Now, am I gonna regret that choice? Find out, I suppose. Next time I see you, Query, I will have the power of Flynn. I'll remember the respect you showed me. And you let Proxy in. The elevator's doors close. She is gone. The rain continues to smash the landing pad. You stand alone. You did that which no DOT must ever do. You made a decision. Right, so I was going to be screwed either way. It's becoming a dangerous habit tonight. It's so cold out here. Achievement unlocked. Trusted protocol. Okay. So, we've got about 20 minutes left. Where do we go next? So at this point, we can either try and speak to Cass again and get more information around the vault. With Grish not here, I have the opportunity to speak to Sierra. So, in fact, now Grish is back down at the bottom. So I could just pick Grish back up, or I could just leave him to it for a bit. And let's say I'll just go to the library. I think we'll go that way. The library feels like a mirage, and given everything else going on in the rest of the building, it is peaceful, calm. Ooh, data tree. Flynn's promise. Flynn looked out over vertical slice, a small cluster of structures and buildings. ISOs worked below to expand it at a rapid rate. He turned to the young program next to him, Alpha. You're doing well, real well. No, there's absolutely no way I'm going to do it in an impression of Jeff Bridges. Not a chance. It'll be a great. Alpha nodded gratefully and with respect. It'll be a great city one day, and forever, in celebration of you, Flynn. Flynn winced imperceptibly, rubbed the back of his neck. Sure, we can work out the details next time I'm here. I gotta go back, give Clue one more chance to throw in the towel on his whole perfect world thing. Alpha smiled. We shall await your return. Oh boy. As someone who watched Tron Legacy, we can see the whole ISO thing didn't go that way. The trees shielded those here from the memory bug. It seems to also shield them from the petty concerns of Proxy and the others. As you enter, Ada ushers you over. She seems less comfortable than before. Okay. She looks around, checking there is nobody with you. Definitely uncomfortable. Well, since we let Proxy in, has Proxy been here? Ada looks back at Sierra and then to the door. No sign yet, but it's surely a matter of time. Okay. You suspect that if Proxy thought the information she needed was in the library, she'd already be here. You say as much to Ada. Yeah. Did she say what she was looking for? Yeah, some kind of superpowered modification. The key. Code that grants the powers of a user. Oh no. Somewhat reassuring. Ada seems reassured. I hope I did not give the impression that I'm naive. Okay. Ethical complexity. So I don't have anything but respect for Ada. Ada smiles, genuine. Intimate. No worries, Ada. It's fine. Oh? I'm listening. I worry that I may have played a role in the theft and now in Proxy's attempt. You working with someone on the outside? Yes, but not how you think. She breathes deeply, centering herself. Eyes still closed, she continues. Okay, well, I believe the information must be controlled and structured. I think it must be then spread. Administrator Prince has been more cautious, yeah? Take Sierra. The Automata had to send him here to bargain for access to the records. Why could we not simply share? That's true. Yeah, if the public never has access, then what purpose does that serve beyond a pretty garden inside a box? Another deep breath. A little shudder in this one. Release small packets of data, highly curated. Oh my god, it's grid leaks. Rumors of secrets still hidden here have been circulating. Oh no. I think that's what brought Proxy here? In part. There's nothing more precious, more important than the data we possess. Okay, open the door. You let that hang in the air for a moment. You're not responsible for the explosion. I'll smile. Not directly, no. Okay. Gift for prediction. It's a perk of my work. Well, yeah, she did say that she can predict multiple outcomes. She steps out your way. You should talk to Sierra. Well, that's good, because I spoke highly of you after your first meeting. Oh, you did. Yeah. Good. That would make this next interrogation easier. You walk out onto the viewing platform. Sierra stands enormous, watching you approach. Query? How have you been? Not been very busy, if I'm honest. Sierra smiles warmly. I love the conversation engaging, refreshing to experience a little respect. He leans forward. Happy to answer any questions you might have. Oh, well, we have questions. You stand in front of Sierra. He sits. You're grateful that you came alone. Oh yeah, no Grish, so that's great. Tell me about Ada. He looks over at her, back to her pruning. She's been kind to me. Well, as kind as the situation allows. We have had a number of conversations about this library. Do you have trees like this in the sprawl? There are trees, but not like this. Data grows wild and beautiful. Okay, so she wouldn't. So the automata wouldn't prune it like Ada would here. No complaints about my treatment by Ada. Oh. What's your opinion of Grish? Just let it all out, mate. Just let it all out. I don't want to talk about that program. Or we don't have to talk about Grish at all. Fair enough. Where were you at the time of the explosion then? I was in here with Ada. That's why my memory was unaffected. I was on a tour. You wonder why this alibi is only coming up now? Why nobody asked? You suspect you know why? You couldn't have done it. You know, I think you might be right. Sarcasm. Did the automata want anything in particular from Core? Yeah, why are you here? So we're left alone, mostly. Okay. Access to the state would be a beautiful addition, then. It's fair. Sincere answer. No more questions. Good. A thought occurs to you. Why? Why didn't Ada... So, we got why didn't Ada tell me that you had an alibi? Or why didn't Grish ask you for an alibi? Go with the Grish angle. Sierra laughs. After all you've seen, after all you've investigated, you still presume that a puppet of course would actually go out of their way to be helpful? He laughs again. It doesn't feel good. Oh, gee. Maybe. No. Sierra, he stands up. The laughter stops. I think I'm done with this now, program. Ada runs up here and Sierra's bellowing a laugh at the other end of the library. Yeah, well, Ada, your turn. Why didn't you tell me Sierra was here during the explosion? She looks at her feet. It's inconclusive data. You pruned. Oh dear. Sierra's staring sternly at you. I'm done. Alright, I heard you. He steps forward, brushes a hand against the force field, making it sizzle. I am innocent, allow me to leave. Oh god. Ada looks confused. Grish commanded. Sierra points at you. He is the assigned DOT to my case. If he chooses to, he can end my questioning at any time, and if there are no questions, then I will leave. You consider his request. Oh boy. I mean, he's got an alibi. And Ada has told us that Grish has caused this to happen. So as far as I'm concerned, switch off the force field. Do it. She does. Sierra stands, seemingly surprised by your decision. I'm free to go? Yes. I know my way to the sprawl if there's anything else to ask. He nods. That's all the thanks you'll be getting. He steps past you and slowly makes his way to the elevator. Griefs can't be contained. She looks after Sierra as he gets into the elevator. Suppose not. The force field begins to reactivate. You turn and walk away, past the trees and the waterfalls. It seems more peaceful now, less corrupted. Another decision. Influencer unlocked. Okay, I think there's going to be one more section I'm going to do before I call it for tonight. I'll try and find streams, or like other streams, to sort of get this cycle complete, and then I'll probably be playing different versions of this as we go. Probably end up coming up on next Monday. They're not yet titled Monday stream before the next launch day stream. Oh god, because I'm busy. But yeah, let's go back to the vault and let's try and see if we can get some more information from Cass. and then we'll go for that. Like I say, we'll call it for tonight for a small stream. I am actually enjoying this, and then obviously I'm just going to be doing that thing of it's going along the way of choices that I've made now are going to either they're going to bite me in the arse, or they're going to really bite me in the arse later on down the line. Or they may help me later down the line. But you know. I mean, that being said, if you check the codex, we'll look at characters. So Grish is still in there. Yeah, so there we go. That's everything in regards to Sierra. So I would have either gained his respect or not. And then I would have either helped him walk away or not. And they were the options. So yeah, we'll see where we go from there. Right, the vault is as much as you've left it. Oh, hold on, before we carry on. Energy bridge. The crystallization of energy into solid barriers and surfaces is standard on the grid, but some vestigial instinct in your code makes you uncomfortable stepping out onto one. You understand that vertigo is ridiculous in this context, and yet it lingers. This bridge is uniquely uncomfortable given its extension across the broken detritus of the vault. You're taking more risks than you're used to. And there we go. The vault is as much as you left it. Outside, the falling debris of the explosion have stopped, and the room has begun to cool from the rain and wind outside. Cass stands by the hole in the vault wall. They look more confident than you remember. More ready. Hello, Query. How's the view? They consider the question. Best view I can remember. Was it a joke? They're warming to you. They reach out into the void. Oh, shouldn't it train the most common thing on the grid, right? Comes and goes. Why is it so strange? They withdraw their armor, wipe it dry on their robes. It's cold out there. Especially so tonight. Makes me too, the sensation. They walk over to you. Everything feels strange right now. Right, so it seems that memory loss is close, is based on proximity to the explosion. They're clearly still suffering from the damage they took in the explosion. A lot of power at play. For Prinz and now Proxy. So you heard about Proxy from Prinz. Huh. Prinz, Grish seemed to be quite excited by the idea of a fight. Of course he bloody did. It's endlessly fascinating to you to see how fast information travels in confined spaces. Ironic to see the same in a place so defined by secrecy. Safe and she's not interested in you. No. You leave it there. Cass seems frustrated. Whatever it was going, it was safe to assume I failed in my task. Can't let that happen again. I'm sure you did your best. I guess you're an honor guard. This is not uncommon among victims of crime. The need to contextualize themselves as active participants by assigning themselves blame. Claw back some autonomy. Victims are usually blameless. Sometimes, though. I need to find out what was stolen. You nod and remove their disc and hand it to you. Their hands are shaking. You scared? Little of what we'll find out. Fair enough. They smile bravely. They want to know the truth. Yeah, I want to know the truth of this as much as you do. More, possibly. This disc holds an answer. Right, time to defrag. Okay, clear 3 cards of the same value consecutively. Okay. So our target is 2. Let's see what we can try and clear. Seeing what we can look at. Maybe 3s? It's got 8s over there, 7s. Kind of think. 1, 2, 3. There is only 3 cards that are valued 3. Right. We sort of maybe get to clone out once. That might be the idea. Stop. I would need to clear the one first, wouldn't I? I want to undo this and just go back to the start of it again. There we go, right. Yeah, the ones seem like our way in here, but we have to sort of see where we're going here. Right, let's... Yeah. Oh. The fact of the matter is we need to start making bridges so we can get to our ones. Move those out of the way. If we moved our one there like that, that could work. So if we did this, that. No, stop. Back. There we go. Ah, we've unlocked a disc colour. Now that we've done that, now we need to finish the rest of the puzzle. Things going here. I'll get rid of these blockers. Blockers are everywhere. That like that. Do that. Oh, stop moving away from me like that, game. No. Bugger. To move this back a little bit. No. To move this back quite a bit. There. let that move like that. Oops, game. No, why would you do that to me? Oh. If I got it to undo, that would still work. 5 to 5. But then there's no moves there either. Might have to bring myself back quite a bit here. Think we can move with a 3. Ah. Not great. Brain's starting to go on me. But tonight, it is late. Let's try and keep as many of one colour in as possible, don't I? Keep as many as one colour in. And then that could make moves a little easier. Moving something over there like that. Is oh, things again. Hold on. No, that's not gonna. Ah, neither of those are gonna work, are they? No, I'm left with both regardless. Let's bring it back a little bit further again. Add more. The main thing is just purely the fact that I've got one. Should not be getting this close to the end with only thingy. I need to sort of remove all yellows before we even get to that point. So bring it back a couple of turns, quite a few turns, and we need to try and get rid of yellows, I think. No, I want to go back the other way. Whoops. Hold on. Okay, so just trying to go. Nope. Remove the 4 to a 0. And then 6s and 8s. Right, and just let's do that. That like that. Move that like that. This here. That there, and then all we have. There we go. Thinking about it a bit better. Right, so we've got one more bit of memory on this. Light and sound. White light, heat rippling outward in waves. Light punches past white into a brightness unimaginable. A rumble growing into a roar, transforming into a scream. Silence. Darkness. A hum. A sizzle. Everything. Nothing. You hand the disc back and Cass replaces it on the back. Their eyes flash as they sink. Silence. Been okay there? They look at you. No. They look uncomfortable, frustrated. I don't know what was stolen or who stole it or... It's okay. It's not. Tears swell in Cass's eyes. I want to be helpful, I really do. I want to be the one who cracks the case and finds out what happened. It's missing it. You know they want to help. This is heartbreaking. Cass falls to their knees, shaken. I'm Mr. Thing. You kneel down to join them. Oh, explosion of oblivion. Wait, did they? You were alone. Realization dawns on Cass's face. And there it is, another vault. Below, you spot another vault among many. There's no telling how many are stowed away in this space, what could be in each of them. Core have kept a tight lid on innovation and free thinking for hundreds of cycles. The detective in your code aches to uncover their mysteries. You wonder how and why the thief chose to steal the contents of this specific vault. What made them overlook the one above? Inside knowledge? A blind guess? I was alone. New information. Not much, but something to build on. The explosion was triggered remotely? Cass considers. Maybe? It's possible, or maybe from outside? It doesn't add up. Yet. You help Cass back to their feet. Proud of you. True, I'll be proud of them at the moment, not so much. For now, they're right. But you have something to ask the others about, for now at least. I had one, but he has an alibi. No need to tell Cass about his question, or the decision you made. Cass nods and looks back to the window. I'm meant to be alone for a little while if that's okay. Yeah, fair enough. You respect the request and leave as the vault continues to cool. So there's our mystery. Have I just got rid of the person who could have possibly triggered it? It's something to think about. But that is something that will come back on another stream. I will look to be getting more of this and finishing it. Whether I get to finish it before the next not yet titled launch day stream is a different story, but I will certainly endeavour to try and get more on this and get to the end of it. So we'll go for it. Right. Anyway, that is me for today. So for anyone who's come in and had a look at what was going on, however brief or however long, thank you, appreciate it. Really enjoying this game. I just like to settle down, with a story, and so far, so good. Oh yeah. You can always give us a sort of a follow or whatnot, and when we do go live, we always say what we're going live with, and I'll, like I say, endeavour to play more of this as soon as possible. Playing more is going to happen. It's the timing that's going to be the thing. Right. Have a good night, and with that, catch you on the other side. Toodaloo.